you have struggled with making or maintaining friends, this is the video for you. Hi, my name is Esther. Welcome to my channel. I hope you've had an awesome week. It's been a while that I've done like a sit down video with everything I'm going to be saying here are my own opinions based on my own experience and things that have helped me. So let's get to the video. Now, I know you are not used to watching videos that are quite long. I will try to make this as short as possible. So please watch to the end. The truth is that a lot of women are afraid to admit that they want close friends or they want a good friend. Some of them have come to see this kind of like community and friendships and all those kind of things as a weakness. This could be because of, bad experiences in the past. There's that. And also just the way some of us were brought up and how some things were told to us, like, oh, you shouldn't have friends. Friends are not good. Stay away from keeping friends, and things like that. We were told things like that growing up, and that might have unconsciously like just created like a backdrop in our minds, and we handle certain issues from there without even knowing. From the beginning, how I learned. If you're like in my close circle of friends, you'll notice that my friendship game has changed. It's not like how it was before, if you have known me for years. That was because when I moved to Canada in 2019, I felt lonely, to be honest. And I kept telling my husband, I wanted friends, I need to make friends. And he was confused looking at me and telling me, like, but I'm your friend. I'm like, I understand that you're my friend, but there's a different kind of relationship that as a woman or friendship you have with other women. And I started praying about it. I started praying and asking God to send me the right people, help me to meet them, help me to know them, like when he sends them my way. I started praying things like that. And one of the most profound things that the Holy Spirit said to me in that time was I needed to become the friend I wanted to have. And that trained me to become a better friend. I learned to be intentional. I learned to be considerate about other people's feelings. I learned to understand other people's boundaries in that time because that was the kind of friendship I wanted. I needed to learn to become like that. So if there's one thing I'm going to say to you is that whatever friend you want to have, become that person. Some people are just used to, people pouring into them, people giving to them, people giving to them. They have never considered giving of themselves to other people. That brings me to point one. I said these are my opinions. I personally believe that friendships should not be circumstantial, or somebody you call your friend should not be out of circumstances. Example, we work in the same place, so we are friends. We attend the same church, so we are friends. You can't be friends with people like that. That would help you manage expectations, honestly. You'll not be expecting friendship level of relations from somebody who is just your acquaintance because you did not manage your expectations, because you thought that somebody you just met at the office is now your best friend. I'm not saying that cannot happen. My point is, when you meet somebody because of these circumstances, because you attend the same church, because you went to the same school, you meet people in that kind of way, it takes intentionality to get to know them more. As you begin to get to know them, as you begin to understand what their values are, what their boundaries are, what their intentions are, that time you used to get to, really understand them will be enough time for you to decide if this person can come into like the inner circle, if this person can be my friend. Now that you've worked on yourself, you are now like learning to make friends. Maybe you now have a few friends. One of the most important tools you have in your arsenal in managing these relationships or these friendships is knowing the season that your friend is in, and knowing that very well in both of you's lives you have different seasons, different timings. Things will change from time to time. Not just knowing it, but treating them properly and loving them accordingly. For example, I have a friend who just gets married. Before, we used to like hang out at the mall, we used to do all the fancy things, we used to, all the girly things. We go to the spa every other week and all that. Now, my friend is newly married, right? Or she just has a baby, or she just gets pregnant, and it's going through the whole first trimester drama. If you are expecting that the amount of time you guys used to spend together before would remain the same, you might be the problem in this friendship. Because realistically, it's not possible. Maybe your friend just has a baby, and before, you guys used to have like your weekly coffee dates, right? Is normal like that for you to expect that for the next 1 year you may not have any, honestly, any coffee date at all. Instead of you sulking and be upset about it, and it's not because you're angry that this person had a baby or anything, you just genuinely miss your friend. Instead of responding in that kind of way, that like, oh, my friend, now she's married now, or she now has a baby now, so she doesn't send me anymore. Instead of you responding from that place, how about your weekly meetups switch up from being, being like in the coffee shop, to now you're meeting in this person's house. You meet there, you help her take care of her baby, help her hold the baby while she's trying to rest. Like that season of that person is a different season of life, and you need to understand and adjust, because that could as well be you in the next few weeks. As I said, know what level or what phase of life your friend is at, and love them accordingly. Take care of them, like care for them accordingly, please. The other thing I'll say is, go on dates, be vulnerable, and speak the truth in love. I want you to take time out and spend with your friends. Get to know each other more, talk to each other more. Because now, that now we are better at being friends, because God has worked on our hearts. We have now had friends. We are now taking care of them according to the phase of life they are in, and they are doing the same for us. But even in those tight times, and you see your friend has been understanding, she's been there for you through that whole phase and everything. Find time to spend time, because you know that this person is, they're your good friend, they miss you, they want to spend time with you. It's been long, you guys have gone to the spa or shopping or whatever together. You've not gone out to have lunch together like you normally would. Invest time in your friendships and go out together, whether as a group or just one person. I personally believe that this helps you get to know each other better. You understand each other more. The more you spend time, it's just like any other relationship. The more you spend time with each other, the more you understand each other more, because you are knowing each other better. When you have deciphered that this person is your friend, like it's your friend, you can please be vulnerable. Don't go through things alone when God has brought people into your life to walk with you through those seasons. It doesn't make any sense. God created us to walk and live in community with each other. So you are going through a hard time, you can be open enough to tell your friend that this is what the situation is, this is what the problem is. I understand that you're not trying to be a burden. I understand that you're not trying to, stress everybody out. But it's our job as your friend to be there for you, just as you also would be there for somebody else, or would be there for us, right? So it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say exactly how you're feeling about something. And when your friend is going through an issue, and maybe they might be in the wrong, or they are not handling that thing properly, or they are not, seeing it from the perspective of the word of God, you need, as a friend, you need to speak the truth in love. I'm not saying cuddle everybody, don't, let them be upset with you at all or anything like that. Speak the truth in love all the time. As a friend, it's your job to tell your friend the truth. but how you say it matters. You can communicate an offense, you can communicate anything in honor. You guys have to learn to, respect and honor each other, especially in how you communicate with each other. Right? I'll put it like this: allow people to be human and have human limitations. You also are a human being. I'll ask you this question and I'll leave it there. If, for example, you bought a new pair of shoes and your friend tells you, "Oh, Esther, I really like these shoes you bought. They are so nice. Honestly, I'm even jealous. Like, I wish I could afford to buy shoes this nice. I am so jealous, honestly." They genuinely tell you from their heart that they're jealous because you got new shoes. Would you be upset that this person has the nerve to be jealous of something that you got? Or would you appreciate the fact that they can be that open with you? Because the truth of the matter is, as human beings, we would express or feel emotions we didn't think we would ever feel or express. We would have to handle emotions we didn't think we would ever have. Your friend is having a very human moment. There's nothing wrong. I'm sure you too might have seen something with somebody else and you might have felt that small tinge of jealousy, or that, I wish I had this thing. And I'm just using jealousy as an example. It could be anger, it could be almost any emotion. When somebody else is vulnerable enough to tell you that they've had the same feelings that you have had, you pick offense. Because in the midst of being vulnerable, people can be human. Understand that your friend is human and they will do human things, and that's okay. Pray together and for each other. Very important. One of the major reasons why I believe that it's good for you to pray for your friends is because God doesn't see people the way we see them. I believe that in the place of prayer, God would begin to help you understand where He has called this person to be, who He has called this person to. Not just, and I'm not even talking about God is telling you the secrets of their heart, things that they're hiding from you. I'm not necessarily talking about things like God could show you things like that, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying because you genuinely care about this person, God shows you things about this person's destiny, their future, whatever it is. And you as a friend, better positioned to cheer them on into the place that God has called them to be. Because what's the point of the entire friendship? It's not just about we are having coffee dates, we are, we are painting our nails, we are doing all those things. Yes, those are fine. The most important thing is that the most important reason for having that community or for having those people around you cheer you on into your God ordained place, to cheer you on to reach your highest potential. Everything that you know that could possibly come out of them, could possibly come out of their lives, push them into it. And I'm not saying like in a rude way or anything. Cheer them on, encourage them. That's why you're there. Sometimes you have to accept that friendships end. Some friendships come to a natural end. You move, you grow apart. Um, you have just grown into different seasons, and that's fine. They are good people. They didn't do anything to offend you. Like, you didn't do anything to offend them. It just has a natural end. Sometimes those things happen. Some other times, when people consistently, even after you've spoken to them, show that they don't have your best interest at heart. They consistently show a pattern of not being friendly. It might just be time to just, walk away in peace. Right? Another important thing I need you to, hold your chest inside your heart is that friendships are not without its issues. Even genuine friendships, even the one that angels appeared to you and they said this person is your friend. Friendships are not without their issues. You are two people from different backgrounds, different ideologies, whatever, coming together. You're trying to build a relationship, trying to understand each other. Like any other kind of relationship, there would be some issues. Have it at the back of your mind that friendships have their issues and it is not unusual. Conflicts can be a tool to understand each other better. It doesn't have to be a reason why the friendship ends or anything like that. It's just like you have issues with your sibling. You don't wake up the next morning and say this person is not my brother again, it's not my sister again because we had this issue. If two people are willing to talk to each other, a lot of conflicts can be resolved. In the friendship, there will not be any irreconcilable differences, no, because two people are willing to be open, vulnerable, and talk to each other about what the issues are. You did this, you said this, I didn't like it, and you're trying to explain your own part, but with openness of heart, right? And I'll add this, and when the issue you're having it has gotten out of hand and you feel like at this point we are not getting through to each other, learn to practice biblical reconciliation. That is, I have my Bible here. Matthew 18:15 says, "But if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone." That's try to resolve the issue. But if he hears you, you have gained back to your brother. But if he will not hear you, take you one or two more, that by the mouth of two or three witnesses every word is established. And if he refuses to hear them, tell it to the church. Like their levels. In my opinion, this is how I perceive this, that when you have conflicts with people, the next thing is not to just cut them off and be like, no, I don't want to have anything to this person again. This person is like this, person is like, no. There are steps to try making an effort to reconcile. Before you say like this friendship didn't work or it's not, take the effort to reconcile, just as the word of God has said here. I hope that I have said some things to you that has softened your heart up a bit to know that friendships with other women is very possible. Because as much as you want it, the other average woman also wants that kind of friendship. She wants that kind of community. Let me use the opportunity to tell you that you have that community here. I want you to, in the comments, tell me something you learned or something you learned from the video or something you have decided to start doing differently to help your relationships work better. I hope that this video blessed you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Even share this to other people you feel would benefit from understanding more about navigating friendships. I hope to see you in my next video. You could even give me ideas of something you want to see next or something you want me to talk about next. Take care and have a wonderful week. Bye.